It's Thursday, December 4th, and here is your no jargon overview of everything you may have missed in business and finance yesterday. The stock market had another strong day. This is the second day in a row that things have moved higher, mostly because people are feeling more and more confident that the Federal Reserve will lower rates next week. All three major indices, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 were all up, but the standout was actually the Russell 2000 index, which tracks smaller companies. It jumped almost 2%. Smaller companies tend to benefit the most when borrowing gets cheaper, so the possibility of the Fed lowering rates really pushed their stock prices higher. Of all the different sectors, energy companies had the strongest day thanks to rising oil prices. Tech companies, on the other hand, had the roughest time. The big story of the day, though, was weak jobs data. A major report from payroll company ADP showed that private U.S. companies cut 32,000 jobs last month, instead of adding about 40,000 like experts predicted. This is the biggest drop that we've seen in more than 2 years. Normally, bad jobs numbers are bad, but this time the market took it as a sign that the Federal Reserve is now even more likely to lower interest rates next week because a weakening job market puts pressure on them to act. So bad news for workers was actually good news for the stock market in this instance. The odds of a rate cut are still really high. Wall Street still thinks that there's about an 89% chance that they will lower rates. Bitcoin climbed back above $92,000, its highest number in 2 weeks, after last week's really rough drop. Microsoft had a roller coaster day yesterday. Their stock dropped 3% after a report came out claiming that they had lowered expectations related to sales of their AI products. Microsoft said that the report was wrong, but the stock still ended down 2.5% for the day. All of this continued to fuel worries about whether companies can actually turn their huge AI investments into real money anytime soon. Some other corporate highlights: Marvell Technology jumped nearly 8% after announcing a $3 billion purchase of an AI chip startup and saying that its data center business will grow much faster than expected. American Eagle soared 15% after reporting a record Thanksgiving shopping weekend. Dollar Tree rose almost 4% thanks to strong earnings. Delta Airlines gained about 3.6%, even though the government shutdown will cost them around $200 million, they say. They noted that travel demand is still very strong for early next year. Pure Storage fell a massive 27%, even though their recent results were good. The problem is that they plan to spend a lot more money building out AI infrastructure over the next few years, which could hurt profits short term. Salesforce went up about 3% in after-hours trading after raising its full-year outlook and reporting strong results for its new AI tools. Snowflake fell about 8.6% after hours, even though they beat expectations, because they gave cautious predictions for how well they'll do over the next few months. Today, we'll get fresh data on how many people filed for unemployment, and we'll also have earnings from companies like Dollar General, Kroger, Ulta Beauty, and 3 Canadian banks.